Wide wings and sharp vision make the eagle a highly effective predator. From above, it detects even the smallest movements that go unnoticed below. The eagle attacks using natural diving speed combined with precise control. Even other predators remain cautious around this advantage. In nature, the body itself becomes the most refined tool. Within the layers of tropical rainforest, small monkeys are masters of movement across the canopy, navigating branches at heights exceeding 100 feet. With a body weight of around 15 pounds, they perform precise leaps and use their flexible tails for balance, turning dense foliage into a nearly perfect escape maze. That very environment becomes the greatest challenge for the harpy eagle. With a wingspan of over 6.5 feet and talons measuring about 5 inches, it cannot dive freely as it would in open space. Instead, this predator must weave through narrow gaps, adjusting speed and angle of approach in an instant. In a space filled with visual barriers, every approach becomes a calculated risk. If the monkey detects movement in time, it can vanish instantly among the layers of leaves. For that reason, the harpy eagle chooses to approach from blind spots, closing the distance before accelerating within a very short range. When the moment arrives, a precise grasp allows it to secure the target and leave the canopy within just a few wing beats. Within the green maze, precision allows it to overcome the very limitations created by its own size. In Africa, venomous snakes are silent hunters carrying some of nature's most potent chemical defenses. With limbless bodies and varying lengths, such as the black mamba, they possess fangs that deliver neurotoxins capable of quickly disabling a large animal. Facing them is the eagle, one of their most formidable natural rivals. Without needing superior size, this bird of prey relies on dense feathers and scale-covered legs as natural protection. Combined with fast reflexes, it can avoid counter-strikes and control distance in high-risk encounters. The confrontation is not limited to land, but extends to rocky coastal areas. Sea snakes carry powerful venom, yet their vision is more limited near the water's surface. From heights above 300 feet, a sea eagle observes and dives at high speed, using a precise approach to lift the target from the water before it can respond. Whether on land or offshore, the eagle's advantage does not come from raw strength. Its ability to observe, choose the right moment, and maintain a safe distance allows it to handle even the most dangerous prey. High-altitude airspace is where the golden eagle faces ground-based predators, where the advantage can shift in an instant. When a young gray wolf becomes separated from its pack, the golden eagle quickly locks onto the target. From above, it dives at speeds of around 150 miles per hour. The approach channels momentum into its talons, creating a clear advantage in the opening moments. The encounter ends quickly, as the element of surprise allows the eagle to take control of the situation. In contrast, with an adult coyote weighing around 30 pounds, the outcome becomes different. This prairie predator maintains distance and reacts quickly to threats from above. When the eagle moves in, the coyote immediately turns and responds with strong resistance, forcing the bird of prey to rise back into the air to avoid risk. The advantage of surprise is no longer sustained. Across the open plains, there is no absolute ruler. Only those that understand their limits and choose the right moment can endure over time. Across wind-swept grasslands, survival is not a choice, but an endless race. For rabbits, every yard of ground carries hidden danger from above. Their only defenses are constant awareness and a finely tuned reflex system built for escape. When the shadow of a predator falls, the chase begins instantly. The rabbit bursts into motion, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. It does not run in a straight line, but shifts direction in sharp zigzag patterns to disrupt the approach. Yet the eagle is not easily misled, maintaining a precise descent path from above. The encounter ends in a brief moment, as powerful wings bring full control over the ground. That intensity is part of the mechanism that keeps the ecosystem in balance, where every species must adapt in order to endure. Mountain goats are masters of sheer cliffs, where they command narrow paths at elevations exceeding 13,000 feet. With a body weight of around 140 pounds and split hooves that provide strong grip, they turn rugged terrain into a natural refuge. But that advantage is not absolute when the golden eagle appears. With a wingspan of over 7 feet, this predator turns altitude into its own advantage. The encounter begins when a solitary mountain goat moves along a narrow ledge. The eagle does not engage directly with its talons, but instead uses gravity from above. It folds its wings and dives at high speed, delivering a precise impact to the target. Losing its footing in an instant, the goat slips from the ledge and falls below. This outcome helps offset earlier unsuccessful attempts. Across cloud-covered mountain ranges, every step marks a fragile boundary. The golden eagle does not rely on overwhelming strength, but turns gravity into part of its hunting strategy. In nature, the advantage does not belong to the stronger, but to the one that knows how to use the environment. Across the windswept grasslands and arid deserts of Central Asia, Corsac foxes and red foxes stand out as highly skilled survivors with strong camouflage and expert burrowing abilities. With a body weight of around 14 pounds, they rely on sharp hearing to detect prey hidden beneath the ground. But the open landscape also places them within the field of view of the golden eagle. When focused on foraging and exposing their position, even the smallest movements can draw attention from above. With vision estimated to be about 8 times sharper than that of humans, the golden eagle turns the sky into a clear advantage. Against a nimble target capable of rapid direction changes, it does not strike directly. Instead, it narrows its wings and dives from great height, reaching speeds close to 150 miles per hour to create sudden pressure. When the fox loses rhythm and slows for a brief moment, a precise approach allows the eagle to gain control of the target. On terrain without cover, distance offers little chance to be extended. Across the vast sea of grass, the steppe becomes both a stage for speed and a test of awareness. In nature, even a slight misstep can alter the outcome. For some apex predators, fish can make up around 70% of the daily diet, especially among eagle species living near rivers, lakes, and coastal regions. Among them, the African fish eagle stands out as a clear example of water-based hunting strategy. When a target is detected just beneath the surface, the eagle begins to lower its altitude and adjust its angle of approach. Rather than diving straight down, it descends along a controlled, angled path to manage the point of contact. Just before reaching the water, its legs extend forward, with talons nearly 2 inches long spread wide, ready to secure the catch. The approach happens in a fraction of a second. The eagle lightly touches the surface, keeping most of its body above the water, and quickly lifts a protein-rich fish from below. A strong wing beat allows it to overcome resistance and regain altitude immediately after the capture. In many eagle species, this skill is passed down through learning, as juveniles observe and gradually refine their hunting ability over time. Across the dry grasslands and low scrub of Australia, The wedge-tailed eagle occasionally tests itself against a rival far larger than its own size, the kangaroo. An adult can weigh dozens of pounds, equipped with powerful hind legs and a backward kick reflex strong enough to maintain distance from threats above. With a wingspan that can exceed 7 feet, the eagle does not engage in direct confrontation. It holds altitude, observes, and waits for the moment when a smaller or exposed individual appears in open ground. When the opportunity emerges, the descent is executed with speed, like a brief test of limits between two species. But the kangaroo is not easily overcome. If it turns in time and holds its ground, its powerful kicks are enough to force the eagle to rise back into the air. The encounter rarely lasts long. A missed charge can place a lion's authority under immediate pressure. In the wild, the ruler of the savanna does not always control the hunt. A single change in direction at the right moment can render an approach ineffective. Even when facing another predator, a small misstep can shift the balance entirely. What happens when a dominant force finds itself at a disadvantage? Lions are social big cats that live in groups, drawing strength from muscle and discipline. An adult male weighs around 400 pounds, with a mane that signals health and status. Across the African savanna, they often hunt at dawn, dusk, or during the night. Lionesses typically lead the hunt, while males defend the territory. For lions, power is not only about dominance, but also the responsibility of guiding the pride through the risks of survival. A zebra is not just a moving pattern of black and white across the grasslands. It is also one of the most resilient opponents a lion faces on the African savanna. An adult can weigh around 800 pounds, run over 40 miles per hour, and deliver a powerful kick that makes any hunter stay cautious. Behind that ordered beauty is a body built to absorb pressure and respond in an instant. Under the intense midday heat, a lone lioness bursts in from close range and lunges onto the flank of its target. The outcome seems decided. Instead of collapsing under the sudden force, the zebra immediately braces its balance, pivots sharply, and drives both hind legs upward with force. That sudden counter is enough to break the rhythm of the approach, forcing the predator to release its grip and step back to avoid greater risk. During migration, the challenge becomes even harsher at river entry points, where the ground slopes and herd formations often break apart. When a young lion attempts to hold onto a male zebra, the prey does not flee in confusion. It turns and bites back, reclaiming a critical moment, then creates its own chance to break free from the pressure point. In the wild, the zebra shows that not every prey animal simply runs. Some retain the qualities of a fighter, even when pushed to the edge of danger. African wild dogs are a symbol of discipline and collective strategy. Weighing only around 70 pounds, they do not rely on size, yet still make lions cautious through endurance, coordination, and a hunting success rate that can reach 80%. For lions, pushing wild dogs out of a hunting ground helps maintain control over food and territory. For wild dogs, it is a way to protect both their pack and their hard-earned catch. When a lioness chases a single wild dog and unintentionally moves into dense brush, the situation shifts instantly. A pack of around 30 does not rush in all at once, but moves as a rotating circle of pressure around the opponent. As the lion turns toward one direction, individuals on the opposite side close in briefly, then pull back. Pressure from multiple angles disrupts its rhythm and prevents it from securing a target. In the end, the lion can only hold position and wait for an opening to move out. If a lion manages to catch one individual at the edge of the group, the response is immediate. The entire pack converges on the exact point of contact, barking loudly, changing direction rapidly, and disrupting the space around the lion to draw attention away from the trapped member. This is no longer a gradual pressure tactic, but a rapid rescue response. In the end, the proud ruler of the savannah steps away from the encounter and moves toward a nearby tree to maintain a safer distance. The lion's authority has never been absolute, especially when facing the African buffalo. An adult male can weigh around 2,000 pounds, with thick, curved horns forming a living shield. With that size, the buffalo is not only large prey, but also an opponent capable of forcing a predator to pay for a poorly timed approach. On the open grasslands, when a buffalo becomes separated and falls within range of a pride, the situation can shift quickly. Instead of breaking apart in panic, nearby buffalo often turn back, regroup into a defensive formation, and advance with collective force. Heads lower, hooves drive forward, and the tight formation is enough to make the lions hesitate. A brief delay can expose a predator to a powerful counter when its focus slips. In many cases, that unity forces the hunters to release the target and move back to a safer distance. Dominant bulls may take the lead, directing the formation, angling their horns forward, and pushing the threat toward higher ground, where close approaches become less effective. With the advantage gone, the lion is forced to withdraw, sometimes climbing onto a low branch to maintain distance. In the wild arena, the strongest answer to fear is often unity, and the African buffalo remains one of the most formidable challenges a lion can face. The African elephant is the largest land animal still living in the wild. An adult male can stand nearly 11 feet at the shoulder and weigh several thousand pounds. Its slow, steady movement may appear calm, but behind that massive form lies strong memory, a tightly structured social system, and an almost absolute instinct to protect the herd. To lions, this is not a typical food source, but a living fortress, challenged only when the grasslands grow scarce and easier opportunities begin to fade. Risk often begins when a pride attempts to approach a calf. They spread out, observe openings, and wait for a moment when the young elephant loses rhythm. But the response from adults is nearly immediate. The herd forms a defensive circle, facing outward while pushing the calf into the center. The trunk, with over 40,000 muscles, becomes a tool for controlling space, pulling, pushing, and creating distance that forces any approach to slow down. The situation becomes more intense when lions encounter a bull elephant in musth, a period when testosterone rises sharply and behavior becomes highly aggressive. Instead of ignoring the lions as it might at other times, the massive animal changes direction, accelerates to around 25 miles per hour, and drives straight towards the nearby group. Within seconds, the balance shifts completely. The lions recognize that in this encounter, a safe retreat is the most effective choice. In this confrontation, lions carry the strategy of hunters, but the African elephant holds the weight of unity and size. Against such a living fortress, even the confidence of big cats must give way. Across the sun-scorched sands of Africa, the oryx stands out as one of the most resilient animals. With a muscular body weighing around 450 pounds and sharp horns extending over 35 inches, it is not an easy target. With these natural defenses, the oryx can make any predator hesitate before closing in. At the peak of the midday heat, two young lions begin to narrow the distance. They lack experience, but hunger pushes them to take the risk. Across from them, the oryx does not rush to flee. It stamps the ground, lowers its center of gravity, and angles its horns directly toward the point of greatest danger, creating a tense stillness across the shimmering sand. That composure changes the entire dynamic. Each time a lion searches for an angle to move in, the horns shift instantly, blocking the approach and gradually eroding the hunter's confidence. After several moments of hesitation, both lions step back and turn away, leaving space to the animal that defended itself through control and precision. Spotted hyenas are not just opportunistic scavengers. They are among the most formidable rivals of lions, driven by strict group coordination and a bite force of around 1,000 pounds per square inch. In the ongoing struggle for dominance across the savanna, this matriarchal species often pushes back against lions. When one or two lionesses have just secured a meal, they can quickly draw the attention of a hyena clan of around 20 members. A series of calls brings the group together into a wide, spreading formation. They do not rush in all at once, but move continuously, pressing in and pulling back from multiple directions. That sustained pressure disrupts the lion's rhythm, drains their energy, and can eventually force them to abandon their hard-earned catch. When a young lion charges in, grabs a hyena, and attempts to overpower it, the situation shifts immediately. The clan does not scatter in confusion. Their group instinct takes over almost instantly, and the entire pack turns back, moving straight toward the lion holding their companion. The rising noise and steady pressure from all sides quickly break the lion's focus. A surge of wild power unfolds as the wolf pack moves into the pursuit. They pressure their target through sustained movement and coordinated formation. The strength of wolves does not come from a single strike, but from continuous pressure. Other predators keep their distance in the presence of such discipline. What makes a wolf pack such a lasting presence in the natural world? The gray wolf is an apex predator, playing a key role in maintaining balance across the wilderness. Its strength does not come from size, but from the discipline of the pack. Howls allow wolves to stay connected, mark territory, and coordinate during hunts. Endurance enables them to travel across many miles of forest and mountain in search of new ground. Within the cycle of survival, the wolf stands as a symbol of patience and unity. The Arctic is home to one of the most remarkable natural events on the planet, the great migration of tens of thousands of caribou. To survive the extreme cold, they gather into massive herds and travel more than 2,000 miles each year in search of new grazing grounds. This movement creates a vast survival landscape where gray wolf packs wait patiently for the right moment. Over such long distances, the herd cannot protect every member. Young, older, or exhausted individuals are more likely to drift away from the main flow. For wolves, this is not chance, but a signal interpreted through experience, sharp senses, and coordinated teamwork. When facing a moving mass of this scale, wolves do not rush in without purpose. They study the herd's speed and the small gaps that appear with each shift in direction. As caribou cross deep snow valleys or icy ground, their speed of nearly 50 miles per hour becomes harder to maintain. At this point, the terrain becomes an advantage. The wolves increase pressure, divide their approach, and guide a target away from the main formation. When the northern valley grows quiet again, the role of wolves continues within the ecosystem. By often focusing on weaker individuals, they sustain their energy while helping keep the caribou population balanced and reducing pressure on tundra vegetation. In the harsh depths of winter, a snowshoe hare is rarely enough to fill the stomach of an entire gray wolf pack. Yet this small source of energy becomes a vital lifeline, allowing one individual to endure and continue guiding the group through the storm. The hare is not an easy target. With speeds of around 40 miles per hour and the ability to change direction suddenly, it turns the snow into a white maze. In the first encounter, a lone wolf makes a mistake by relying on direct pursuit. At a sharp turn, momentum carries it off balance, causing it to lose the trail in dense cover and take in a cold lesson. That lesson quickly reshapes the wolf's approach in the next attempt. With adaptive precision, the predator no longer follows blindly from behind. Instead, it calculates a curved path, cutting across deep snow at a predicted point of interception. In nature, success does not belong to the fastest, but to those who learn and adjust after each setback. This adaptability continues to show on steep, snow-covered cliffs, where mountain sheep rely on rugged terrain for safety. Encounters in such places are rare, but not impossible. When an opening appears, strategic instinct allows the wolf to complete the hunt with remarkable precision. Harsh winter conditions make food increasingly scarce, pushing wolf packs into intense territorial competition. When a lone gray wolf crosses an invisible boundary in search of survival, it immediately enters an area controlled by residents that have held this ground through many winters. Against the white snow, more than 10 local wolves quickly assemble. They move in from behind, tighten their formation, and gradually limit every path of retreat. There is no chaos, only a steady rise in coordinated pressure that forces the intruder to reveal hesitation. Short advances, warning growls, and a controlled encirclement eventually compel the outsider to withdraw before the discipline of the group. For wolves, territory is more than space to pass through. It is a source of food, a place to raise young, and a zone of safety for the entire pack. Their survival depends not only on strength, but on coordination, patience, and the ability to hold their boundaries through each passing winter. In Yellowstone, a coyote weighing around 30 pounds inadvertently steps into a feeding area controlled by a gray wolf pack. Tension rises immediately as the wolves tighten their formation, block escape routes, and apply pressure from multiple directions. Under the force of the group, the smaller intruder quickly falls into a disadvantage. From a distance, other coyotes can only keep their space. To survive, they tend to harass lone wolves rather than challenge an entire pack. The grizzly bear is often regarded as the dominant force of North American forests. Weighing around 800 pounds, it overmatches many rivals through size and resilience. Even so, that presence is often tested by wolf packs, especially around large food sources. When a grizzly approaches a food source already guarded by wolves, a surrounding formation forms almost instantly. A few wolves take the lead with sharp vocal signals to distract, creating openings for others to rotate in and apply pressure from behind. Through a pattern of advance and retreat, they test the patience of the much larger animal. However, to avoid unnecessary energy loss, the wolves eventually yield the prize to preserve their strength. The situation shifts if the grizzly arrives first and uses its mass to secure the food. Despite pressure from the encircling wolves, it remains focused on feeding. Once satisfied, the bear moves away at a steady pace, allowing the wolves to return and make use of what remains in an orderly manner. This quiet balance eases the tension, bringing the encounter to a calm close. Across the frozen plains of North America, the American bison stands like a living fortress of winter. An adult male can weigh around 2,000 pounds and stand close to 6 feet at the shoulder. Even so, its endurance is tested when a gray wolf pack quietly follows over a distance of more than 3 miles. As the bison herd moves into open ground, the wolves begin to accelerate and form a surrounding pattern. They do not charge directly into a wall of horns that can reach about 12 inches, but instead probe reactions through short advances and repeated barking signals. This steady persistence gradually disrupts the herd's rhythm. In a brief moment of disorder, a calf becomes separated from the protective formation. The wolves quickly close their ranks, limiting escape routes through coordinated pressure. At this stage, attempts by adult bison to push forward from behind can become less effective, unintentionally creating a decisive opening for the wolves to take control of the hunt. The prolonged contest comes to a close in the quiet of the wild plain. At this harsh boundary, there is no room for wasted energy. Each hunt becomes part of the natural flow of energy, sustaining life and allowing the wilderness to continue through each passing winter. The elk represents strength and endurance across cold valleys. An adult can weigh around 700 pounds, with long strides, strong lungs, and the ability to move through steep terrain and deep snow for hours. Its multi-point antlers are not only a sign of the breeding season, but also a natural barrier that keeps predators at a distance. For the gray wolf, elk provide a substantial source of energy, but they are not easy to approach. Rather than relying on direct confrontation, wolves use a strategy built on time and sustained pressure. They follow patiently, focusing attention on individuals that begin to fall behind. When the target moves into cold water to gain a defensive advantage, the wolves maintain their formation and allow the terrain and low temperatures to gradually slow each movement. Nature often presents unexpected situations. When an elk is pressured by a large bison herd, it can lose rhythm and drift away from a secure position. The wolves do not rush in, but remain at a distance, reading the disturbance and waiting for the right moment to act. In Yellowstone, elk are a key winter food source for wolves, yet success rates rarely exceed 20%. Each hunt becomes a test of timing, terrain, and the ability to recognize the exact moment of weakness. In a split second, the snake launches forward, locking onto the smallest opening ahead. It does not need to chase, only to deliver a strike with precise timing. That speed leaves both prey and other predators with no time to react. In the wild, venom, reflexes, and silence can shift the balance in an instant. When the strike arrives faster than instinct can respond, who can still escape? Snakes are among the most ancient and resilient predators in the animal kingdom. From grasslands and wetlands to dense forests and arid terrain, they always find a way to remain concealed. Their long, flexible bodies and slow metabolism allow them to conserve energy while waiting for the right moment. Among more than 3,000 species, some rely on venom, others on constriction, and some succeed through ambush. That quiet presence makes snakes a subtle force in maintaining the balance of survival. The king cobra is often regarded as the king of snakes. It is the longest venomous snake in the world, reaching lengths of up to 18 feet. When it raises the front of its body, spreads its hood, and releases a low warning sound, it turns its size into a powerful display. This species is mainly found in forests, grasslands, and wetlands across South Asia and Southeast Asia. Yet in the wild, no dominance is ever beyond challenge. A notable rival of the king cobra is the mongoose, a small, fast mammal with some resistance to certain neurotoxins. When they meet, the encounter is not defined by strength alone, but by reflexes and distance. The king cobra controls the situation with short, precise strikes supported by potent venom. The mongoose stays low to the ground, shifts direction constantly, and waits for the timing to slow. A single mistimed moment can be enough to change the outcome. What makes the king cobra even more unique is its highly specialized diet, with nearly 90% consisting of other snakes. From smaller water snakes and rat snakes to even species carrying strong neurotoxins, it adapts with precision. During times of limited food or territorial pressure, it may also consume smaller individuals of its own kind. For the king cobra, the world of snakes is not only a field of rivals, but also a source of energy that sustains its position within the forest. Beneath the shadow of dry African savanna shrubs, survival boundaries are often decided by speed and reflexes. The black mamba moves across the ground at speeds of around 12 miles per hour. When threatened, it often opens its jet-black mouth and delivers a clear warning display. That moment is enough to make many predators reconsider their distance. Its most formidable tool lies in fast-acting neurotoxic venom. Even a small amount, around 0.0035 ounces, can have a serious effect on the nervous system if not addressed in time. Yet in the wild, the black mamba does not seek unnecessary confrontation. It relies on speed, warning posture, and precise strikes to create an opportunity to withdraw. This is a lesson in distance, where the wiser choice is often to step back. Within the black mamba's range, respecting its warning signals is the key to continued survival. Across stretches of scorching sand, venomous snakes exist as symbols of silence and warning. They do not rely on noisy pursuit, but control space through fast reflexes, precise distance, and specialized venom. Yet that power still faces a harsh test. The honey badger, an animal known for pushing many survival limits. When its survival boundary is crossed, the snake coils instantly and springs forward like a compressed spring, delivering a rapid strike to maintain distance. That defensive move meets a thick layer of skin, about 0.24 inches, loose and highly flexible. This unique structure allows the honey badger to twist its body, making it difficult for the snake to fully control the angle of contact. Even so, venom remains a defining factor, capable of weakening the opponent quickly. It is this advantage that helps the snake maintain its place among the most formidable predators in the wild. In the natural world, the eagle is often a major threat to reptiles. But when the talons fail to secure the head, the situation can shift in an instant. The snake uses its flexible body to twist and coil upward in a countermove. The venom begins to take effect, reducing the predator's ability to maintain control in flight. In nature, victory does not always belong to the stronger one, but to the one that sustains its survival instinct to the very end. Beneath the forests of West and Central Africa, the layer of fallen leaves conceals a master of ambush. The Gaboon viper is not built to chase, but to turn stillness into a survival advantage. With a heavy body, a length of nearly 7 feet, and patterns that resemble dry leaves, it blends seamlessly into the forest floor. Its greatest strength lies not in speed, but in the ability to wait for the exact moment. The diet of this hidden hunter is varied, ranging from lizards and birds to rodents and small animals. When a target steps into range, the quiet forest shifts instantly. In a fraction of a second, fangs measuring up to about 2 inches extend with a fast, precise strike. Without prolonged pursuit, the Gaboon viper relies on venom to take control of the situation, allowing the forest to return to stillness. That energy-efficient strategy continues in the way it reproduces. The female does not lay eggs, but gives birth to live young after a long gestation period. Each litter often includes around 20 to 50 offspring. From the moment they are born, the young are capable of surviving on their own, already equipped with colors and patterns that provide effective camouflage within the natural forest environment. The rattlesnake is one of the most silent predators in North America. It does not rely on long pursuits, but on camouflage, sensing vibrations, and a tongue that gathers scent signals from the air. When a target is detected, the snake remains almost motionless, waiting until the distance is close enough before delivering a precise strike. The rattling sound from its tail marks the final boundary before danger. In dim wetlands, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake waits in quiet ambush. With a body reaching nearly 8 feet and an average venom yield of about 0.016 ounces, it stands among the most formidable rattlesnakes. It moves low to the ground, creating almost no sound, and patiently closes the distance. When a young American alligator enters range, the snake needs only a precise moment to gain advantage. From above, the red-tailed hawk can shift the balance. With sharp vision and a controlled descent, this bird of prey forces the snake to coil, raise its head, and keep distance. This is not a chaotic clash, but a test of reflexes between sky and ground. A slight mistiming can quickly reverse the situation. On the ground, the roadrunner challenges the snake with speed. At nearly 20 miles per hour, it closes in, shifts direction, and forces repeated reactions. Each feint turns the open land into a test of nerve and survival instinct. In that world, the rattlesnake does not dominate absolutely. It endures through warning, patience, and precise timing. Beneath the dark waters of wetlands, a massive presence remains hidden among the vegetation. It is the Burmese python, one of the largest snakes in the world. Non-venomous, yet equipped with formidable physical strength. With a length of around 16 feet and weights exceeding 200 pounds in large individuals, it does not rely on long-distance speed to control its target. Its true advantage lies in a muscular body, ambush ability, and tightening pressure that increases with each coil. A young American alligator unknowingly enters a danger zone in a wetland area of Florida, United States. Without sound and without venom, the python secures its target with the precision of a patient hunter. Each coil reduces the space for resistance, turning water, mud, and roots into a natural trap. That hunting method is not limited to American wetlands. In Africa, the African rock python is also a powerful ambush specialist, often found in grasslands, wetlands, and river edges across sub-Saharan regions. Equally formidable, it is enough to make many predators remain cautious. In rare encounters, even the lion or the honey badger can be caught off guard if they move too close to its defensive range. A story of the highest level of survival is not defined by blind confrontation, but by those who understand and respect boundaries to preserve life. The hunt comes to a close, yet the advantage from above remains. The eagle departs, leaving a heightened sense of awareness in every movement below. The prey learns to watch even the spaces that once seemed safe. Other predators come to understand that danger does not come from the ground alone. You can like and subscribe to explore more survival strategies in nature.